Well, truck stop. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see if we can get my light working right here. I got to put it in the right spot. I like to double it back like that. Woo! There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you can see me. Now you can see me. Let's get on with it. Let's see what everybody's up to. The Motorola phone. Anybody wondering? It's still working. Hasn't burnt the truck to the ground yet. Um, Technically, the truck is stopped, so it identifies as a tiny home when I stop. But there's what we're looking like. We got massive separation. It's kind of stopped, though. It's kind of is what it is. I continue to use the phone every day as a GPS. So there's that. Let me turn the volume down here and get my comments going over here on this phone. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up and whatnot. A whatnot thumbs up. Let me see here. Whoop 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 whoop. Let me go plug this thing in right here. Here we go. It's good. I got it plugged in. We're only at 46 percentile. Um, let's see. What was I doing? I was trying to find my own live show. That's what I was trying to do. It ain't always easy to find you on live, but make sure you like yourself. You know, I always give it the old double tap. Double tap. There it goes. Now it works that I ain't got it on the camera. I did like my own video. See DIYs in here. I sent you a link, DIY. I don't know if it's working or not. But I sent it, and YouTube let me go live after I sent a link. So that's a good sign. Maybe we're coming back in there to, where I can have people on again. Man, that would be fun. That would be fun. But, yeah, we're chilling out at the truck stop. I left myself a note here. Trailer doors. I got my trailer doors open, airing out the trailer. I got to get a washout in the morning, but it's all frozen in there. So we're at 46 degrees. It should melt, right? It's just going to take forever at 46 degrees outside. It's not worth turning on the trailer and running the heat to me. Not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not giving away diesel. It'll melt. It'll just melt slowly. Sorry, little. Let me get a little drink of water here. Oh man, I feel like I got a sore throat a little bit. I hope I'm not getting sick. I can't afford to get sick. So I did the load down to Miami. I'm already back in Minnesota. Whew, yeah, we went down to Miami, drove back to Minnesota already. Burn up a whole 70-hour clock already. But I am in Minnesota. I do have to pick up a load in the morning. Maybe bad planning on my part. Um, Went ahead and lined up a load for the weekend. Was not a good idea. She's a banger though. I can't turn down bangers. You know what I mean? Like freighting women. You know what I mean? Freighting women. Just can't turn them down. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at today. Um, the plan is I got about 10 hours left on the clock. So we're going to go get the trailer washed out in the morning, go pick up the load. It's about an hour away. So a little over an hour. Go get that loaded. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm thinking about just getting as far as I can with it. Like I said, I don't get back hours till Monday morning. I'm literally going to have to be up at midnight. Monday morning at midnight, I'm going to have to be up and rolling. Yeah, so I'm thinking about loading that load tomorrow, getting as far as I can with it, and then getting up Monday morning and doing what I can. It's going to be tough. It's going to be crazy. I've kind of put myself in a little bit of a position here, maybe regrettable, maybe regretting this, but I was asleep when they called me, and I'll agree to anything as long as you hang up and I can go back to sleep. So I did not plan out the hours. I was planning on going home after this load. They kind of screwed me on the delivery today. They said show up as fast as you can, and we need this product. And I showed up as fast as I can, and first shift literally said, well, we're going to have second shift unload that truck. And I was like, yeah, they needed that product real bad, didn't they? Literally 45 minutes left in first shift, and they're just like, nah, we're going home. Well, let's second shift do that. So that kind of screwed me because there was a truck wash right next to the place I got unloaded, but they closed at 6 o'clock, so I couldn't make it there. And the plan was to go get the trailer washed out immediately and then go park at the customer because where I'm picking up has parking. I was going to go there, park, do the 5 mile an hour crawl around, have them load me, and do a 5 mile an hour crawl back to the staging lot and hope and pray that maybe I could get a 34-hour reset in. But all of that's out the window because they took an extra hour to unload me. So now I got to drive 40 miles out of route to go get a trailer washout, because they needed that freight so bad. Does anybody else ever get that? They tell you, oh, we need it, but they don't need it. They don't need it. Spinny Wheel Jones over here. I don't know if how we doing over there. 40 people in the house, 42, 13 likes. Everybody smash that like button if you could. I'd much appreciate it. Run them likes up for me. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. I'm going to push till I get 100 likes. Let's get to the comments. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. 7 hours into my ranting, and we'll get to some comments here. I do appreciate everybody coming in. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Get crazy with it out there. I get crazy with it. Be sure to subscribe. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook. 4,000 followers on Facebook now. You better get over there before I get too damn popular, and then I'll start charging. I don't know how, but I will. Hollywood's in the house. There's a little white stuff falling, and winter is slowly approaching. Hopefully, Uncle T can call Cash and make him trucking administrative director. Yes. If you elect me as transportation secretary, I will tell it to stop snowing. I will build a covered bridge over every interstate bridge. I will build an old tiny wooden cover to go over every interstate bridge. There will be no snow on the bridges. No. Anybody buying that? Anybody? Thanks for coming in, Hollywood. I much appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, if you want to go over to Facebook, I'm on fire on Facebook these days. Thought about doing this live show over there. Um, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, he's already sharing his money with me. Big Rig DoorDashers in the house. Let me some cash entertainment. Yeah, come on down. Come on down. This is like the Price is Right meets. What else is cool? What else do I like? I don't know. CJ Hudson in the house. DIY Simi says, "Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?" Yeah, I love that video of that girl. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? That's pretty much going to be all my short videos now. Is just that. This Dragon Life's in the house. What's up? No Fear Trucking made it in. Thanks for coming in. Nickel, please. Says, howdy, Cash. Did Wallet Guy ever reach out? And thank you for returning. No, I never heard anything from Wallet Guy. I hope he got it back. I don't know. I did all I could. I did all I could. I felt good about the situation. If you guys don't know what we're referring to, I found a wallet in a truck stop. Backed in one day, got out to do the post trip, and found somebody's wallet laying in the truck stop parking lot. And I found the guy on Facebook, and I messaged him, but he never messaged back. So I just mailed his wallet to his house. I put that old wallet in a $5 if it fits it ships box from the post office, which is now $10. You guys remember the $5? If it fits it ships $5. Yeah. Now that's like $10 for the smallest box now. I'm like an old man now. I just sit around and bitch about inflation and the kids. These kids, they don't respect, damn kids don't respect their elders, and they're walking on my lawn, and that's me now. That's me. Um, no Fear Trigger says I'm getting a grease job done here in Wisconsin. Woo! Let me see. I remember, what is a grease job? Grease job. Grease job. Is that like a 2-on-1 but all hands type thing? I'm trying to remember. How much how much does that cost? How much is a grease job in Wisconsin these days? Uh, say first you got to find two people to go along with it. Sorry, I got somebody texting me. I'm pretty sure that person is from a time in my life that's texting me that I don't want I don't want nothing to do with them anymore. And they keep sending these weird texts like they're texting the wrong person. Wink, wink. You know, about to put that on block. About to put that on block. Uh, real tight with that circle these days. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, a grease job. I'm trying to think. I know you got to park on the back row to get a grease job. You ain't getting no grease job in the front. I mean, it's just what it is. Red Raider Reloading in the house. What's up, bro? Thanks for stopping by. This freaking life says, can you tell me about Hirschbach lease purchase? Uh, I don't know about Hirschbach, but I know about Horseback for legal purposes. I can't say nothing about Hirschbach. They're a fine company. But I can tell you about Horseback. horseback horseback motor carriers. Um, yeah, you can bust your nuts over there and make $13, $13.50 a week. Think about that. Think about that. Tax implications, breakdown implications. Um, I mean, $13.50 a week. What could go wrong? Let's do the math on that real quick. Some math. Since I'm throwing heat here on a Friday night. Oh yeah, that's right. It's heat week. 1350 if you worked every damn week of the year, which I'm assuming you have to make that extravagant truck payment. $70,000 a year. 70,000 a year. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, boys. Um, yeah, exactly. Red Raider, 40 degrees. It's 40 degrees out here. 46, my watch says. But my watch is usually about a half an hour behind. I'm going to shut them doors before I go to bed tonight. I don't like sleeping with my doors open, afraid somebody will steal my load locks. Even though I'm in a pretty low key area, I don't leave the option, Close the doors and lock them. I think I told y'all guys that story that time where somebody left an old tire in my trailer. I was literally parked at a truck stop. Someone undid the door of my trailer, put an old junky tire in there, and closed the door back. And I didn't realize the tire was in there until I got to get loaded. And I opened the door to back into the dock. There's a damn tire in the trailer. I'm like, what in the hell? So from now on, loaded or empty, trailer gets locked. Put a lock on there. Now, given a 16-ounce claw hammer will open 90% of the padlocks out here, but at least there's something on there. Something on there. Charles in the house. What's up, Cash? I look forward to these in truck getting unloaded. Yeah, there we go. I got unloaded earlier. I was hoping they would go faster. And I called the truck wash, and the truck wash didn't even answer. It was like 10 minutes to closing time. I'm like, they're not even going to answer. But I was going to be like, hey, guys, if you will wash this trailer out, if somebody will stick around till maybe like 6:30, I will literally give you $50 extra. Whoever stays over, I will straight hand them a $50 bill. And honestly, if they would have said, "Hey, we'll do it for 100," I'd have cut 100 because the washout's like 50, but it's just the time that I don't have. You know what I mean? Like I would have give up 50, $100 to get that time back. That 40 minutes out of route is going to be a beast. Um, so yeah, it's a beast. It's gonna be there. Um, Red Raider says 40 degrees here in Texas. Yeah, I seen some weather coming across. Is anybody in that weather? Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona looked like it was getting hit hard with some snow. Um, yeah, anybody out there in that mess? Um, I don't want to give away my location, which I'm in Minnesota. But let's look at the radar. Let's look at the radar. Let's see what the radar says. Um, looks like mostly rain. Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. Dang, it's a big storm. That looks like it's mostly rain. Looks like as it's coming across the mountains, it's snow. Cheyenne, Wyoming, snow. Denver, Colorado, snow. Pueblo, Colorado, snow. So it looks like, coming down, what is that, 25 out there. I don't run out west much. I don't know the freeways like I do out east. But yeah, it looks like it's turning into rain, thankfully. Um, it was like 60 degrees in Minnesota today. You ain't gonna see that much in November. Of course, I think winter is like getting pushed back. The last couple years, winter hasn't really started in Minnesota until like January. And it really ain't even been that bad last year. Hell, we barely even got snow last year. So, maybe we can, sneak through another one. But, we kind of need the snow. So I don't want it to be no snow at all. Stanza says, y'all seen them videos out of I-80 Wyoming from this year yet? It has begun. Yes, yes. Sorry, I should have read that comment before I went on that rant. Yeah, craziness. Craziness. Red Crawler, CashisKingtrucking, congratulations on keeping Minnesota blue. Ah, blue. What's that mean? I'm not aware of what that means. Keeping Minnesota blue. Are you talking about the blue ox? You talking about what was Paul Bunyan's ox's name? Was it Babe? Babe the blue ox? I think it's what it's. Big Rig DoorDasher says Ghost logged it. Yes. Or use Trucker Monkey logs. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I got to get Trucker Monkey a log. Since for my own house, looking for a new shifter. Any ideas? Not sure what you're talking about. What are you talking about? If I had a you talking about a shifter like a shifter knob? Um, mm, have you tried a double-ended dildo on that thing? I'm just kidding. Had to go there. Had to go there. Have you tried a fleshlight? Mount a fleshlight up on top of that thing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, man. This Trucking Life, what up? Got the audio. Thank you for that. Red Crawler, X is the new Facebook. Oh, okay. X don't want to share that money with me, so I'm here for the money. I ain't giving it away for free. Speaking of that, if you wanna monetize this thing, there's a dollar symbol right there. I think I hit that. Did I hit it? Oh, there you go. There you go. You send super stickers. You can send all kind of stuff. You can get a membership. Shit, all that. So, um, Chief Fair Holler says the price for flatbed training ? Yeah. So I've been putting up these weekly flatbed videos. Um, man, I would love to poll on that. Let me see if I can poll. No, that's invite guest. Um, is that start a poll? What's that button do? What's that button? Well, damn, I can't even reach that button. Come on. What's that do? What's that do? What's that do? That's something to do with the chat. I guess I can't put a poll up. So, um, it seems like there's a lot of conflict in the term belly strap. So, some people think a belly strap is when a strap, like if you've got two layers, and you put another layer on top of it, you got to go through the middle and out the other side and strap it. That's what people call a belly strap. Some people call a belly strap a strap that goes around the freight and then back down the other side. What do you guys think? Is a belly strap one that goes through the middle, or does it wrap around the freight? I would love to poll this because, man, it seems like a lot of confusion over this. Daisy May, Tourette's in the house. Nah, thanks for coming in, Daisy May. Appreciate you being here. Red Raider says, got to get out and unload my groceries. Dang, money. Money. You got money for groceries? Damn, balling. Balling. Grocery money. What's that? There ain't no money in trucking. Freightwaves told me that. Let me tell you what Freightwaves says. Freightwaves says trucking recession's over. Yeah, trucking recession's over. I'll put out a video about it in the morning. Hang on a second. Let me read it to you. Let me read the article. Hang on. Let me get my glasses. Y'all know how I am. I got to have my glasses on when I read these news articles to you. Cleavage? Did you say cleavage? You need some cleavage? Let me see what I got for you here. Freightwaves says recession's over. There you go, folks. That's all you need to know. Go out and buy my trucking course. How to be a successful lease purchase plan operator. Yeah, yeah. I also got a course on how to be a successful company driver. I also got a course on how to be a successful fleet owner. I got a course. Hell, I got a course for everything. Okay. Okay. I got more course than golf. Okay. CJ Hudson, get off my lawn. Hey, I'm off your lawn. I know a man of my size really wears his blades down. No, I get it. I get it. I can leave a trail. I'm like a, I like to walk like cattle in a straight line. Just wear your grass clean out. With both feet in the house, yo, miscreants. Thank you for coming in. Channel member there, by the way. Become a channel member if you wish. Membership's down below. CJ Hudson says, I snap. Cash said the highest trigger word math. Math and whatnot. Um, Gonzo's in the house. What up, District of Life? Horseback sounds terrible. Yeah, horseback express. Horseback motor lines. Them boys over at one carrier, them Hirschbag, man, they like to sue people. You know what I mean? They got a team of lawyers like a bunch of old bulldogs over there. So I can't be saying nothing bad about Hirschbach. But now horseback, woo, them sons of bitches at horseback. I'm just kidding. You know, if you work somewhere and you're happy, go there, be happy. You know, um, I don't care. I don't care what you do with your life. Trust me. I got enough crap going on in my life that I don't have to worry about your life. um, big rig DoorDasher with a $20 says a belly strap is something an Eastern European belly dancer uses. Ah, okay, okay, belly strap. I got you. I got you. You had me at belly dancer. You know what I mean? You had me. Noah's in the house. Hey, how's it going tonight? It's going good. It's going good. Would have been a little better if I could have got unloaded about a half an hour earlier than I did, considering I got up at the 10-hour mark this morning and I chug-a-lugged as hard as I could. I ran 70 mile an hour the whole way from Georgia to Minnesota and did not do good on fuel economy from mashing on this thing constantly. 70 mile an hour. Constant speed up, slow down. It's just horrible on fuel economy for me. I was not happy about it. Then I get there and first shift goes, hey, we're going to let second shift unload you because we don't care. Noah's in the house. How's it going tonight? We're doing good. Noah, thank you for coming in. Appreciate everybody coming in. If you could smash that like button, I'm going for 100 likes tonight. Pump up the jams on the 100 likes. I'll sing you a song if I get 100 likes. No fears in the house. I'm in DeForest, Wisconsin. Oh, I love going through the forest. Oh, I love saying I'm in DeForest. Love that name. DeForest. Yes, I love DeForest. Um, it's a great place. It's a great place. One of my favorite places in Wisconsin is DeForest. Glad I'm not in New Mexico. Yeah, that looks rough out there. Wisconsin. I mean, not Wisconsin, New Mexico, Wyoming. I said Wisconsin, meant to say Wyoming and Colorado. Already getting it. course, it's that time of year. It's not really a surprise if you think about it. Thanks for coming in. No fear. Gonzo says, I have a question. Is $1,500 a month too much for a truck payment? No, that's a pretty reasonable truck payment. It depends on what you're getting and how many months. You don't want to pay $1,500 a month for, 27 years. But that's basically what my truck payment is, $1,500 a month. Hmm. I ate some chicken tenders earlier. Boy, not sitting well. Not sitting well at all. But no, I think $1,500 a month is a very reasonable truck payment. The first truck I ever bought, the payment was like $1,200 a month, but that was 10 years ago or more now. So uh, my last truck payment was, uh, damn, I don't even remember what my last truck payment was. I want to say like 1,400 a month, maybe. I made a lot of double payments on that last truck because freight was paying banging. Um, that's something that a lot of people overlook. When freight was paying good, I tried to pay off everything I could because you know the more you guys go through these cycles, freight going price good, freight going price bad, freight going price good, bad, and COVID was especially good. You know what I mean? As far as like pricing, but other than the mass deaths, COVID worked out great for me. Uh, I mean, I hate to be that way, but it kind of did. I will say the best time of trucking ever in my life, the best trucking ever, was the fourth quarter of 2020. I mean, you could throw a rock and hit $4 a mile freight. Diesel was less than $2 a gallon. There was nobody on the roads because everybody was at home. You could go through Chicago at 3 in the afternoon and it looked like a ghost town over there. Um, yeah. And that exemption thing. You remember when we used to not have a logbook? Ooh, ooh, ah. I'm not gonna put any dates in there because I don't want to incriminate myself. But at one point, someone told me, could you please do a pre-trip and show a log for like one day? Maybe. I don't know. Law says I ain't got to have a logbook, but if you require me to do one day of logging, I'll log a day. I'll log a day. Oh me, I used to I used to put on that Bon Jovi "Wanted, Dead or Alive," and I'd just turn it all the way up, and then, as I was instructed in 2005 by a DJ, rip the knob off. Yeah, whew, because I wanted. Mm. Yes, sir. The times of the COVIDs. Um, yeah. Sorry, reminiscing about the good old days. um, Yeah, $1,500 good. That's a good truck payment. I think that's a good starter truck payment. Hell, that's a good truck payment all around. 1,500. Because if you can't make 1,500 in a month, uh, go do something else anyway. But it's like these guys that have $1,500 a week truck payments. Break that down. So the first 2 days, 3 days of the week, you're trucking for a truck payment. And then you got another day or two in there where you're trucking for fuel. Well, there's only 7 days in a week. So that leaves you 1 to 2 days to make profit for the week. Um, it's not a good way to be. It's just not a good way to be. Shannon Thomas Trucking's in the house. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Shannon. I got to really give you a thank you for bringing me back over on the air fryer, on the air fryer. Now that I got a bigger one that actually holds some food, I dig it. I'm digging it. Almost every day I throw that. It's so easy to throw something in there. Thank you for that. Shannon says, good evening, everyone. Loaded last today in Virginia. Got to Catskill afterwards and learned I was overloaded 820 pounds. Ouch. Overweight on the gross. Looks like I'm stuck for the weekend. Ooh. What you know about dodging scales? Hmm? What you know about going around them scales? I'm just saying I wouldn't do it, but mm, run all the fuel out and hammer down. Hammers down. Um, yeah, 820 is rough. I mean, if you could burn 100 gallons of diesel out, that would get you there, though. It just depends on how much diesel your truck holds. But, if you got like 200 gallons, if you got two 100-gallon tanks or like a 180 and a 120, you could burn that fuel out, go around a few scales here and there, especially on the weekend. Um, it's a thought. I ain't saying break no laws. I ain't gonna say do that, but if the money's right, I mean, like, oh, wait, I shouldn't say stuff like that on the internet. I hate when I incriminate myself on the internet. Damn, damn. This trucking license, I never understood why people do lease purchase and are dispatched. Make company driver money, no say on where you go, tons of risk, not to mention the taxes. Yeah. The risk is the big thing. It's like if you break down as a lease purchase driver, you know, you're the truck might be under warranty and all, but like you're responsible for like, your hotels and your, all that stuff. It's like at least if you're a company driver, they got to put you up somewhere while the truck's being fixed. Yeah, it's the last time I did a lease purchase, like a mileage lease purchase, you pencil it all out, and at best, you're making company driver money with no benefits, the tax implications. Yeah, you're exactly right. No Fear says I'd run that load, wouldn't be sitting. uh, I ain't saying what I would do, but I'd call DIY the master of going around scales. Um, I think he's never even illegal. I don't get it, but this man, he knows, and I ain't saying he does it, but he knows how to. I could call him and say a scale right now. I could call him and see um, any scale in the country, and he'd be like, "Yeah, get off at exit 55 and take US 40, 7 miles, turn left on Highway 113. That bring you back to the highway." I'm like, "You got this memorized?" Like, Noah says, I just set the brakes at the house. Woo, Hilbert, Wisconsin. Well, doggone it, you lucky devil. You lucky devil. I had full intentions of going home this week, and I wanted to be home like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I couldn't get home until, tomorrow morning. Well, I could have went home tonight, I guess, yeah. But I would have had to came back to work tomorrow to go get the trailer washed out, which would have been a bummer. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like every time I go home, the kids get sick. So maybe I shouldn't plan on going home and they wouldn't get sick, but it's that time of year, school and whatnot. But yeah, I wanted to be home. Congratulations on getting home. I'm happy for you. Chief Ray Holler says, "Oh no, Shannon. Yeah, it's rough. That's rough." Trucking with T-Bone says, "Shannon Thomas trucking, just send it." Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it'd be tough for me to set all weekend. I will say that. If you can get the weight on the drives legally, that would be my plan. Put the weight on the drives, get the trailer legal, put the weight on the drives, and just run that diesel out. You know, run that diesel out. But I mean, you got to do what you think's best. Don't let people second guess your decisions. If you think it's better to sit, then it's better to sit because, I'm not in that position. I'm just sitting here talking about it. This Struggling Life in the house says, "What up, Shannon?" No Fear says, "Just don't stop at the weigh stations." Ain't that a thing here lately? Man alive, I feel like more trucks run the weigh station than stop at the weigh stations, you know? Um, but I don't know. A lot of these, now you got the pre-pass elite. I got the old school pre-pass up there, which let me straighten that up. Mine's crooked, and it is annoying. Like I'm OCD about stuff being up there straight crooked. I took it down for something the other day. I can't remember what it was, and put it back up there crooked. Oh, I know what it was. My sun blockers knocked it off the other day. Um, but yeah, it's depending on where you're at. Chief Fair Hauler says high probability of scales being closed until you can burn some of that fuel. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. She know. Just saying. Chief Fair Hauler says, in my experience, most won't mess with you unless you're at least 1,000 over. Yeah. Just depends. Just depends on where you're at. No Fear says true, Chief. Yeah, scales probably closed for sure. Uh, Hunter. Oh, wow. What a story. What a story. Shannon Thomas Turkey says, my tanks are only half full as it is. Woo! I'm going to have to coast in there on fumes, Shannon. Going to coast. Oh, have you thought about selling fuel? No, I'm just kidding. Pour a little out on the ground for your homies, Shannon. For your trucking homies. Chief Holler says, I hear she charges extra for a belly strap. Ah, that's true. That's true. Barry Haverson made it in. Evening, boys and girls. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. We got 55 in the house, 31 likes. We're going for 100 likes on this damn thing. So if you ain't hit that like button yet, what are you waiting on? You can just triple tap the screen, double tap the screen to do the like button for me if you could. Appreciate that. Chief Fowler says, shoot, I'd run it, Shannon, but that's me. May want to have a chat with jail for Snorlord. Yeah. Yeah, best thing to do is what you think is right because you're the one that has to own the decision. You know what I mean? Like truckers sitting around talking about it's one thing, but when it's you and you have to own that decision, you know, when you get that open scale and you know, um, of course you could look at Trucker Path too and see if the scales are open, but you have to be like when you get an open scale and you know you're overweight, you have to be like when you pull in there, you're the only one that's to blame. So you do what's best for you in that situation because you've got to own that decision. Chief Holler says, before sitting until Monday or Tuesday, remember Monday is a holiday. Yes, Monday is Veterans Day. Veterans Day. I don't know why I was wanting to say Memorial Day. I don't do um, I don't do well with holidays. Let's see. Carl T says, "Are you a white dude for Camilla?" Oh, Jesus Christ, people! Isn't the election over? Like, I'll just be honest with you. I don't vote. I don't give a shit about politics. All politicians don't care about you. None of them ever will. They're there to line their pockets and do what's best for them and their buddies. So if you think a politician loves you, you're an idiot. They don't love you. And the election's over. And I don't need people to know I voted or anything like that. I don't submit to the peer pressure of voting. I think it's a giant waste of time. I think the rich people pick who they want to be president, and that's how it works. So there we go. That's my take on politics. Just to get that out of the way and make it real clear for everybody. Thank you again for the $20, Big Rig. You the man. You the man. Shannon says, yeah, but I'm going to Michigan. If I were going to be, I'd be pulled in for sure. Light trucking don't play with out of service DOT violations. Okay. What is an overweight? That's only on the carrier, right? The driver doesn't get anything out of that, I don't think. Rookie trucker, what it do? Not much. Thanks for coming in, rookie trucker. You the man. You the man. Thank you very much, channel member. Um, yeah, I understood, Shan. Yeah, everybody do what's best for you. It's it's all theories and hypotheticals until you get pulled into that weigh station. Let me tell you, then it shit gets real. The old thing when keeping it real goes wrong. Nickel Police says scales are usually closed at night. Shannon, yeah, usually. Do you have a pre-pass, Shannon? I tell you, man, those pre-passes. If you ain't got one of those, worth the money. Worth the money. Big Rig DoorDasher says lots of people in here. What's a healthy yearly gross for a reefer based out of the Northeast in this market? Whoo, depends on where you're running at. Honestly, I don't know, 250,000 a year. I'll throw it out there, 250 a year. That's $5,000 a week. Average. It depends on how much you take off, how much you run, that type of thing. I would say 250 a year, 250 to 280 ish, somewhere in that ballpark. Ricky Sugar says, I need them tax write offs. Any suggestions? Yes, overpay for everything. That's what I would do. Chief Verhola says, I miss the days of running around 285 and never have to touch the brakes. Yeah, that was the best thing about COVID, was no traffic. You damn right, man. 285 was like a racetrack. I mean, we was nothing but big rigs. I remember being on 285, or wait, maybe that was where was I at? I was on one of those bypasses down there, and literally it was nothing but trucks. I couldn't even. There was no cars to be seen. I remember that because I like logged that in my mind. I was like, look at this. Ain't a single car out here. It's all trucks. So that was nice. Curtis Knight in the house. What up? Wanted dead or alive? Yeah. Yeah, I used to put on that Bon Jovi and crank it up. Um, let's see. We live with you for a change, hauling that Aldi. There you go. There you go. Do you work? Do you work for one of those carriers that are like day cabs to Aldi, or are you just hauling Aldi stuff right now? There's an Aldi in Minnesota. I don't get to go there much anymore. I don't know. Just don't get loads that go in there, I guess. But I used to backhaul into there sometimes. I think that's in, is that Faribault? Faribault, however you say that. Um, but yeah, there you go. There's always a place for everybody in trucking. Lewis says, Cash, my computer has me pulling a Super Eagle trailer. I'm cooked. Oh my goodness. Oh, my company. Why the hell did I say computer? My company has me pulling a Super Ego trailer. Am I cooked? Um, I'd run the scales. I wouldn't even stop at the scales if I was pulling a Super Ego trailer. Hammer down. They expect that. They don't want to see you in there. Chief Holler says, shoot, my truck is paid off and I'm barely able to pay the fuel bill on Tuesday. Come on now. This Dragon Life says, yes, us three got the same air fryer, I believe. I'd like to thank Shannon for doing the videos about hers. Been home for a month. We all use the air fryer more than anything else. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to have. It's nice to have. Like, I can't beat it. Let me get something to drink here. Whew. Man, I hope I'm not getting sick. Better find me some crack cocaine to smoke. Nothing gets rid of a cold like a little crack cocaine. I'm kidding, YouTube. Jeez Louise. Somebody's probably already reported me for saying crack cocaine on YouTube. YouTube's becoming so sissified here lately, you can't even make a joke. You can't even threaten people's lives anymore. I mean, what's the world coming to when I can't make some random drunk threats at 2 in the morning? Um, Shannon says, me too. Love that air fryer. Yeah, it's the way to be. Rookie Trucker, I'm cooking the bacon in my air fryer as we speak. Yes. Um, I had some chicken tenders earlier that are not sitting well, so I'm probably not going to eat any more today. Probably just go to bed. I've really been trying to work on that here lately. Just go to bed. You know, I'm so bad to like, oh, well, I'm done. I parked my truck. Now I must feast. No, no, you don't have to. Go to bed. Go to bed. Wake up, and have a little pride. It's like, nah, I'd rather slam 4,000 calories right before I go to bed. That way I sleep like crap. Toss and turn all night, heartburn. Yeah, let's be an idiot. Uh, we're, we're working on those decisions in life. Gonzo says he's paying $1,500 a month for 60 months, 22%, 2018 International Pro Star, 182,000 miles at dealer off truck paper website. Um, ah, ay, getting tired. I'm snap out of it. What'd you say? 1,500 a month times 60 months. That's $90,000. $90,000. The only thing I see really bad in there is, um, I mean, honestly, 22% interest is high, but for commercial equipment, it's not out of the realm, especially if it's your first truck ever. Okay. Um, but 182,000 miles on a 2018 truck, that screams something's wrong to me. That don't add up, because that's what, like, that's a 7-year-old truck that's like 20,000 miles a year. Why has that truck been sitting so much? Would be my thought. Um, you know, I don't know. That's just my thought. Red flag there. Red flag on the mileage would be my thing. Um, if you got to bite the bullet and pay the 22% interest, I don't know. It's not good, but sometimes you got to get your foot in the door. You know what I mean? You gotta get a little business experience, and then you learn to do things where you don't pay 22% interest. Bigger down payments, or shop that loan around a little bit. But I mean, it don't sound horrible. I'm not crazy about that truck being a 2018 with 182,000 miles on it. I mean, that thing should have 600, 700,000 miles on it by now. I'm not a fan of a truck that's been sitting around a lot. Uh, you know, Trucks are like farm equipment. If it sits around enough, the gremlins get to it. That's just what happens. Just what happens. ISX Cummins in the house. What up from New Jersey? Wow, that's where I'm heading next week. I'll be in Jersey. Oh, I got me a 4-stopper out there. I got 2 stops in Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania next week. Hopefully, I got the hours to do it. Oh, I've put myself in a little bit of a pinch here. I agreed to a load that I don't have any hours to do. Need to call in one of them Lithuanian logbook resets. My company would probably say, yeah, you're fired. You're fired before you get one of those. Chief Haller says, Gonzo, the interest rate is a deal breaker for me. Find a local or regional bank. Yeah, I mean, on a first-time equipment purchase, that's not a horrible interest rate. I mean, it's as bad as it can be, but um, for commercial equipment, I mean, you're going to pay a high interest rate if it's your first one. Until you got your stuff together. Um, if that's 90, how much are you putting down on that? By the way, is that why the interest rate's so high, because there's no down payment? Um, No Fear says, I had good luck with my new truck. I'm glad. Hit the like button. Yeah, everybody hit that like button for me if you would. Double tap the screen will get you there. Just go bam, 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 bam. And that'll give me the like button. I don't know what these things are down here, but that's not the like button. A lot of people hit that heart right there and they think they're hitting the like button. That's not the like button. I don't know. Those are called like emotes or something. I don't even know. I don't even know. Um, but yeah, thanks for coming in, ISX Cummins. Appreciate you. Um, let's see. Robert says, what reefer trailer and unit do you recommend? I like a Great Dane trailer, and I prefer a carrier unit. Just the way I like it. I like a heavy built Great Dane, lots of insulation. Um, The trailer's going to weigh a little more, but it's gonna do better in the summer. It's just the way it is, and that's what I like. I like a Great Dane, Super Seal, Everest Edition if you can get it, and I like a big carrier unit. This trailer I got here, this is I've been hanging on to this trailer with dear life. I do not want to drop this trailer at the yard because I know someone will snatch it because it is that. It's a heavy built Great Dane. It's got a lot of little extras on it. It's got a 7,500 carrier unit on it. She's a banger. She's a banger. Even on frozen loads in the summer, this trailer never really runs the high mode. It just hums right along, does its thing. That's what I like. Chief Heller says, Gonzo, my calculations tell me that about 55,000 too much for that truck, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that you mentioned that, I didn't even think about the price of the truck. I was more interested in why the truck only had 182,000 miles on it. Um, yeah, I mean, you could probably find some internationals like 2020, 2021s, 2022s for less than $50,000 right now. And they're going to have like 400,000, 500,000 miles maybe. Maybe you can find one in that 300,000 mile range. Um, but yeah, I'm a little wary of that. I'm a little wary of that. Dan's Trucking and Outdoor Adventures is in the house. What's up, Dan? How you been? Says evening all. Wrapped up my first OTR run Monday, Washington to Oklahoma. Kansas back to Washington with a few days in the middle to visit my daughter and granddaughter. 12 days total. Well, hell yeah, that's it's a good way to do some OTR. Stop and see the family. That is one of the benefits of OTR. If you plan it out right, you can stop and see the fam. I like that. I like that. Calvin Kennedy's in the house. There isn't any points or anything on a overweight ticket. You just have to pay the fine. Okay. Okay, there you go. Pay to play. Pay to play. Chief Ray Holler says overweight tickets are civil violations. Wow, I didn't know that. No CSA points. With that said, they could trigger an inspection, and if your truck is right, I'll be like buying an inspection. Okay, yeah, I got you. I got you. Marty's in the house. Have your orange Tang shirt on today? Yeah, yeah. I had to dig down to the bottom of my clothes. I couldn't find any orange shirts. I was like, where the hell's all my orange shirts at? They all got folded and put on the bottom. So had to dig down and get one. Dickies, of course. I prefer the Dickie brand. Dickies. I prefer those. They're a little brighter orange. I like that. I like to really, really be bright. Not mentally, shirt wise. Shannon says, yes, I'll have the Elite Pass. There you go. There you go. You might get around them. Marty says, are you planning your next bowel movement for that midnight on Monday? Monday. Nah, way more regular than that. I eat too much bacon to be that irregular. Uh, I like to eat, I eat a lot of bacon, like a pound at a time. If I'm cooking bacon, we're cooking a pound. I why save bacon for later, right? Bacon's like the food version of meth. You don't buy it for later, you buy it for now. Scott's in the house. What up, Scott? Thanks for coming in. Gonzo, 4 to 5,000. Down. Okay, 4 to 5,000 down. Yeah, that's a lot for that truck. Honestly, now that who brought that up? Cheap freight haulers. Somebody brought that up. That is a lot. That's 90,000. Have you looked into Lone Mountain? I mean, if you've got $4,000 to $5,000 down, Lone Mountain might be a better way to go. Um, you know, Lone Mountain is one of those things where their trucks are overpriced, but the interest is built into the truck. Lone Mountain Ranch. Come on, people. Lone Mountain Trucks. Wow. Sorry. Them chicken tenders are ripping me in half, it feels like. Let's view the old inventory. Inventory. Uh, they got T680 Kenworth, $4,000 down, 1,600 a month for 40 months. They got Heartland trucks. They got Kenworth. Same deal, 4,000 down, 1,575 a month for 40 months. Let's see. They got, here you go. Here's a 2019 ProStar. 2019 ProStar, $3,200 down, $1,100 a month for 38 months. Now that's a starter truck right there. There you go. That's a starter truck. It's got the Cummins 400 horse. There you go. 1 and 2 year factory, unlimited mileage, after treatment warranties, engine and after treatment warranties, 80-gallon fuel tanks, single bunk, Eaton 10-speed auto shift, new virgin tires, 264 rear ratios, 56-inch sleeper, power windows, locks, cruise control. Yeah. If you want the 2-year warranty, you basically pay an extra $400 down and 2 extra monthly payments. I'm just saying. Check that out. That's Lone Mountain Truck Leasing. I don't get paid for that, by the way. That's just what I say. Scott says first load with new truck going to Oakland, California. There you go. Scott says it's new to me. Good luck with that, bro. Wish you the best. This Trucking Life says just need a co-driver on the E-Log named Jesus. Yeah, when you run out of hours, let Jesus take the wheel. Oh, yeah, for sure. Chief Ray Holler says this Trucking Life is that how it's done where you work? Yeah, how's it done over there? Scott says we run a lot of utility and utility and Great Dane with carrier units. Yeah. Carriers are good. I mean, utility's a good trailer as well. They're just to me, they don't have as many bells and whistles. I'm sure you could add them, but the ones I've ran, not really. Yeah. My favorite trailers are actually the Nestle trailers. Here where I'm at, we used to have a few Nestle trailers. And man, they are insulated like crazy. They're made for frozen food loads, because almost everything Nestle does is frozen. Ice cream, pizzas, stuff like that. Banger, banger of units on them, big carrier units, over insulated, LED lights on the inside, steps on the back of the trailer to get in and out of the trailer. Flat floors, no grooved floors. I love flat floors. I'd much rather have flat floors in a reefer trailer. That's true. Since for Miles has been considering joining the pimp game, been backhanding an oak tree all week for practice. Damn it, boy. Scott says fines hurt my pocketbook. Yeah, that's true. That Chief Ray Holler says, Cash, if you were buying a trailer, would you pay extra for a nice Great Dane or utility, or buy the cheapest brand available? Great Dane with a carrier unit. If I'm buying a reefer, yeah, Great Dane, because you buy these lesser brands and you pay for it. You pay for it in the insulation. Um, I just feel like Great Dane makes a better reefer trailer. If I was buying a dry van, I might go a little cheaper. Maybe a Hyundai. I like a Wabash. When I was at Avery, we had mostly Wabash trailers, and I always had good luck with the Wabash trailers. They seem to work better. Like when you pull that lever to undo the pins. Most reefer trailers are air. You do it with air, but on dry vans, I feel like I had a good luck with the Wabash. I always had a good luck with those. Um, yeah, dang cents per mile, exactly. Gonzo, thank you. Cents per mile in the house. Pimp backhanding an oak tree. I'm gonna tell you, if you can backhand an oak tree all week, you gonna be a damn good pimp. You gonna put them in a line real quick. They be calling you sir, sir pimp. There you go. I just gave you your pimp name, Sir Pimp. Oh man. Chief Haller says, is it true that you can't floor load a flat reefer? Most places do not want to floor load a flat reefer, and that's good because I don't do floor loads. Um, Floor loads are huge liabilities. I never do a floor load unless it's like bulk potatoes. That I don't care. But I'm not floor loading boxes. Nope. Number one, it takes forever to load. The last time I did floor loaded boxes was raspberries, I think, and it took them 6 hours to load the trailer, and it took them 10 hours to unload the trailer. Not this guy. Not this guy. I would rather just have the flat floor because I don't floor load stuff. Put it on pallets. It takes long enough to unload it when it's on pallets, but yes, they will refuse a flat floor at some places. But when I had that flat floor, I made it very clear to the brokers. I'd be like, hey, just so you know, I got a flat floor, and if that's going to be a problem when I show up, and most of them would say it's not a problem. But those Nestle trailers were nice. Like they had the steps on the back bumper with the handles to get up and in and out of the trailer. Because I get in and out of the trailer almost every load because I put the load locks up and I take the load locks down. I don't like letting people touch my load locks because I did a closed door facility the other day and they gave me back a different load lock that wasn't mine and it's junk. They took my brand new load lock and gave me back a piece of junk that the little clipper thing doesn't work on. So yeah, don't like it when people touch my stuff. I'm very non-social when it comes to my load locks. uh, Six Emperors in the house. What up, bro? Thanks for coming in. Sense for Miles says, do you think it's worth it to buy a trailer if it gets me an extra 4% of the load pay? Ooh, 4% of the load pay. Uh, Dry van, no. Reefer, no. No, you need about 10%. But with specialty trailers, I don't know the math on it. If you're talking RGN or some sort of roller bottom or hopper bottom, I don't know the math on those well enough. But 4%, no. For me to buy a trailer, and this is why I don't have a trailer, I would want like 15% to buy a trailer. There is a lot to owning a trailer, you know. Um, to me, I need to make money on owning that trailer, and that's tough to do. So, um, and I'm not willing to own the trailer all the way to the end and then get like a bonus on a cash out. It's just not worth it to me. You know what I mean? Like when I went back OTR trucking, I told myself when I bought my last truck, I went and tried UPS, I went and tried Holland, LTL, and when I came back to OTR, I said I'm not going to get caught up in anything other than I'm one guy and I'm going to go buy a truck and I'm going to make the most amount of money possible as one guy driving a truck. And that's really what I set my focus on was, you know, being very, very tight run, good fuel economy, a lot of preventative maintenance, a lot of, just the things, that makes money, that type of stuff. And it came to me, I was like, well, if I bought the trailer, because there's guys where I'm at here that own their own trailers and they make a percentage and everybody's percentage and deal is different. You know, that's why I don't really ever talk about what I do here with the other people that work here or, they know, I mean, 80-20 split's fine, but anything else about the deal, I don't talk about because I don't, everybody has their own deal and everybody's different. So, um, yeah, I would just rather not own the trailer because I've looked at their deals. Sorry, I got distracted. There was a truck out there. I thought he's finna do something stupid. I thought I was gonna have to record it. Um, Nothing I could do about it if he did something stupid, but at least I could record it. Let's see, 4%. Da 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 da. Where was I at here? Oh, come on! What's happened to my comments? This is you could be watching this on YouTube. She was sucking on that candy a minute ago. Hang on, let's see. No, we're done. We're done. Sorry, I had to flip to that. There we go. My comments are back now. Cheaper Holler says, I was really asking about dry vans. The cheap ones will work, but when I see a utility or Great Dane with the stainless front and rear chicken lights, I start wanting one. Yeah, there's probably a middle ground in there somewhere. Um, I would think with dry van, you would just want, to me, a food grade. I don't know if is that really a thing? And I hear that food grade. I like those composite sides just because I feel like it would hold up longer. But to me, it almost seems like with a dry van, you would just want the newest dry van you could afford. Kind of the same way with a reefer trailer. You just want the newest one you can afford. Because, trailers, they kind of got a rough life. And the older they get, the more they get the hell beat out of them. So, Chief Ray Holler says, will the 4% recoup the trailer price in less than 3 to 4 years? There you go. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it because that's about what you're going to need. 3 year, I would say 3 years on that because I am, trying to get my money back as quick as possible. Since from House says, I was thinking that extra percentage doesn't cover the maintenance or license or insurance. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. 4%, it doesn't seem like that covers the ownership of the trailer to me. But, that's why I said I don't know about certain types of trailers. I don't know. But it just the math on it, because I've ran the math on a reefer trailer up one side and down the other, and it depends on how much you work and how much you make. Me, I stay after it pretty good. I take my home time, but I don't take you know, weeks and weeks and weeks. I take a couple weeks a year and then my normal, 6 to 10 days a month at home. Um, so I could, I probably could cover and make money on it if they would give me 10% more. But then again, it invites a lot of risk, because there could be times where that ain't going to work, you know? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, what just got back in beside me here? Oy vey. He was the one I thought was going to do something crazy out there. Always watch the setup. The setup is key. I was kind of hoping he'd take that spot over there, but honestly, if he backs in right here, it's fine. I ain't going to let him hit me, and I'd rather have someone parked here than not parked here. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out for him. We'll just see. George Hickson's in the house. Who are you leased on with? Woo! I do not talk about that, George. I appreciate the question, but yeah, I don't mention the carrier I'm leased on to. Um, I recommend people find a carrier. I don't think I'm just not a recruiter. It's like it really doesn't do me any good to put the name out there who I'm leased on to. So, um, yeah. Sorry, a little distracted here. I'm really watching this guy because he's not giving me confidence. But I don't think he's going to park next to me. There's 2 open spots. I've got someone to this side, but I got 2 open spots on the driver's side. So I think he's going to take the far one, it looks like. They need some light out here. I give it to them. It's dark as heck. Dark as heck out here. Chief Ray Holler says $35,000 for a base new Frufha. I don't know how to say that. Or 50,000 for a decked out utility with lift axle and disc brakes. Ooh, I do love disc brakes. I do love me some disc brakes. Um, yeah, like I say, there's probably a middle ground there. Um, Liberty County Dude says Trump 2024. You know the election's over, right? I don't know if you heard about it, but the election's over. Oh man, still out here on it. The election's over, bro. Um, Nigel's in the house. What's up? What's up? Marty says, "Did you break gross of 10K last week?" Mm, probably not. Probably not because um, I did a 34-hour restart last weekend, and yeah, they paid me one layover. They said they were going to pay me two. Never saw the other one. Did not see the other one. I can tell you real quick right here what I did. I did. Let's see. That was, oh, not a minus. That's a plus. Plus, I think that was 850. Nah, we came in a little light on it. We came in a little light, closer to 8 than losing that day and a half of running really hurt. You know, just had to wait a long time on that load. It is what it is. Um, I wish I did, but I didn't. I didn't. It's rare. It's rare anymore to get a 10. It's really got to line up for me these days. Let's see. Since from Miles says, I'm leased on to Prime. It's awesome over here. We run refrigerated step deck making bank, son. Come join us. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Got those insulated tarps over there. I've seen those. I've seen you guys do that. Tell them I sent you. Yeah, of course. Here's my referral code. 6 Ember refrigerated step deck is wild. Yeah. Yeah, they got insulated tarps. I've seen it. Marty says, I've seen people write their names on the load locks before. Yeah. What a problem with that was they put my load lock in someone else's trailer and they left. So, name on it or not wouldn't have done me any good. And it really pissed me off too because I've got load lock hangers back there where, you know, the things in the back of the trailer where you hang your load locks up. I've got those, but it was a closed door facility. So when I backed in, you know, they opened the seal from inside. So they opened the seal. They took my load lock out. Instead of just hanging it up, they took it out of the trailer. And then the guy next to me, they put, it was one of those square load locks, you know, the square ones. And I guess he had a square one and I had a square one. And they put mine in his trailer. And then I had to bang on the door and I was like, hey, where's my load lock? And the guy was like, no, there wasn't no load lock in there. And I was like, well, I put the load lock in there and then I sealed the trailer at the last place. I know I put a load lock up because it was a very tall load. I said, I know there was a load lock in there. I put it in there and then I sealed the trailer. And if you broke the seal, that means the load lock was in there. And the guy was like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, bro, you better get me a load lock. We finna have problems up in here. And he went up and down. He gave me an old round one. And I was like, that ain't mine. Mine was not the round one. I got the good one. I'm picky about my load locks. I don't like them round ones. I want the square ones, the ones that actually work. um, but yeah, they got me. They got me. Scott says that truck I bought came with a book on how to make money as a stripper. Whoo! So all is great. There you go. Good job. I'll catch you down at the Jiggle Hut. I'm gonna take the premium shift this weekend. Jiggle for all I'm worth. Chief Ray Holler says I left 2 straps in my trailer once to get loaded. When I loaded, I had 2 straps and a load lock. Yeah, I mean, most of the time I get more load locks back than they take out. You know, a lot of times those guys just throw a bunch of load locks in your trailer and Normally I take them apart. I'll take the feet off of them if it's good. You know, if it's got a bent bar or something, I throw that away. I'll keep all the parts. Um, I don't know. But yeah, I've got where in the trailer I like to keep one square load lock, and that's the one I use. But then some places require a second one, so I just leave a round one in there, you know. Um, so whatever, whatever. It is what it is. I'm out of here, guys. Thanks everybody for hanging in there with me and watching the show and doing all the support you do for this channel. I much appreciate it. You better believe I appreciate it, because I do. And 41 likes. If you still ain't hit the like button, hit that on the way out. I do appreciate it. Take care of each other out there. Have a great weekend.